Hello, lovely people. Good to come your way again. Today, it is Josie's recipes coming your way. And as usual, if you are new here, kindly subscribe, like, share, comment, view. Then we are good to go. For today's recipe, or Josie's recipes, we bring you in potom poto. Potom poto is a one-pot dish, and for your potom poto, you need shallots. This is the shallot. This is a typical example of shallot, and that is peeled shallot. You need your diced onion and whole onion. You need spices. There's variety of local spices, and one or two foreign ones. You need your fish. That is fish. This is tuna and then salmon. And then I'm using salted fish. As usual, your girl and her salted fish. We also have, this is a herb, it's called Tiegya. I did everything I could to get the English name. I didn't succeed. So in case somebody watching knows the English name for this herb, can you let me know? But in the local dialect, it's called Tiegya. And then we have our palm oil. And there's tomatoes to go with it. And then there's our pepper and our tomatoes. Now to start, you peel your yam like I've done here, and then you cut into pieces like you see. When you are done, you get your saucepan, put your oil and cut yam washed. Washed in there. Wash everything thoroughly to get all the dirt out from the yam, the peeled and cut yam. You can cut into any shape or sizes. Yes. The potom poto is without any formula for the cutting of the shape for the yam. You can also use cocoyam for this dish, and you can as well blend yam and then cocoyam together. It all goes with the name of potom poto. But today's recipe, I'm using cut yam. And when we are done with washing our peeled and cut yam into pieces, we'll add our shallots, we'll add pepper. You can also use cayenne pepper, or what some people call powdered pepper. You can also use that as well. And then we are using our diced, we are putting in our diced onion with the whole. When all this is done, we'll be blending or grinding all that. We are adding our salted fish to that. And then we are going to add some water to it. We are adding some water now. There should be enough water to cover the bottom of the saucepan. Meanwhile, we have put it on fire whilst adding our water to it. Yes, that's our water in there. It's more than half, and that's good to go. That's okay for now. So we'll leave it to simmer for, let's see, some 10 minutes, after which we'll come and check on it. When the shallot, onion, pepper is, one of my girls has hijacked my blender. She's having practicals at school today, so she's hijacked my blender. So We are going the natural way today. We are going to use the traditional blender, what we call the apotoyiwa. That's what we are using today. So in the meantime, that's a cut and peeled yam with a shallot, onions, diced onions, whole onions, and a pepper, leaving it to cook for some 10 minutes, after which we'll come back and then we'll continue from there. Now, 10 minutes time, we are checking how our poto, which is on course, doing. We want to check on the pepper and then pick them out. The pepper, the shallot that will boil together with the cut yam and our onion. You know, we put in some 2 whole onions to boil together. I did tell you earlier that one of my girls has hijacked my blender, so we are going the natural way today. Our poto is going to be grinded in the apotoyiwa. That's the apotoyiwa there for you. Taking the pepper and the onion, and then you're going to do that. That's the earthenware bowl. The earthenware bowl is the apotoyiwa. Going to do that together with our local spices that I've had there. The local spice. When it comes to spices, it's individual choice. But what I have here is I have black pepper, I have all pepper seasoning, I have cloves in there, and then any other spice that you would want to add to your poto. Spices is individual choice. So you're going to add all our local spices in there. Then we are going to putting all in the earthenware bowl together with the together with the pepper, onions, and then the shallot. Meanwhile, I've lowered the heat of the poto because the yam is a bit soft now, and I'm going to put in my washed tomatoes. Would want the heat to touch that one to be soft. Whilst we are grinding the pepper, shallots, and onions, our tomatoes too will be on fire, getting some heat also to go through the same process. So the tomatoes on top of the cut yam for you there, on our way to getting our poto. So this is what you do. You grind all together like you're seeing now. All my spices with the pepper, shallots, and onions, which were boiled together with the yam. Yes, our boiled pepper with our boiled shallots, and the boiled onion together with our spices that we grinded is ready. We are adding to our poto on way, and then once we put the pepper and stuff in, our tomatoes too is ready to be grinded. You know, tomatoes is so weak to heat. Once some small heat touches it, then it gives way for you to do whatever you would want with it. So the tomatoes too is ready to be grinded. We are going typically the natural way today with our earthenware bowl, also known as apotoyiwa. So with our tomatoes, we grind that too, whilst adding the pepper that we grinded with the spices, shallots, and other. And then we are going to mix the pepper and others that we added to our poto. We are mixing all together to be well integrated into our poto. If you've noticed very keenly, I haven't added any salt yet because of our salted fish, the ever popular kako, our salted fish. So I didn't add any salt. I wouldn't want to be taken by surprise when we are almost done and then we realize that our salt is not enough as we would want to, then you add some salt to taste. The salt is always to the individual's taste, but then no more plenty salt. So we are going to leave this on fire to also be integrated well into the yam, the boiled yam, on its way to the preparation of the poto. If you've also noticed, whilst turning and then mixing the yam with the pepper and other spices, I'm also sort of cutting in the yam, the boiled yam, so that you get a thick sauce around the boiled yam. It's part of the process. Yes, just the way I'm going about it. Just cut in 2, 3s, just to get some in there that are sort of mashed together with the water and then the yam all being integrated together. Yeah, when it's done, you really love the taste. At this point, you are better off giving it some low heat because the yam is almost done now. The rest is just to blend, grind, whatever, but you know, we try things today with our earthenware bowl. Yes, that's our boiled tomatoes for you there. So we are grinding that as well in our earthenware bowl, all natural today. Just tell yourself, assuming you even had a blender, and whilst using the take off the light, what will you do? There's an alternative. It is said that there are many ways to kill a cat, so this is one of the ways. And then, or you happen to be in the village, and then you have to prepare this dish, and there's no light in the village, you will still have to do it. So this is just one of the ways. So any way that you would want to use to get your stuff grinded or blended, to get it in that fine taste, and then add to the yam and the other ingredients. We are mixing all together, integrating everything. Yeah, this is Josie's recipes for you, and today it is poto. I'm mixing all together. We are almost done. We are just left with 2 items to go, and once now we are done mixing. We are done mixing now. Now we are adding our local herb. I told you the name is, I don't know what you call it in your local dialect. And as a matter of fact, I did all I could to get the English name for Tiegya. I didn't. It's a herb. It's a local herb used in cooking. Now, these are 2 things I know about Tiegya. One, if you have palm oil that you are not so sure of the taste of the aroma, before you use the palm oil in cooking, whilst the palm oil is on fire, you put the Tiegya in it to extract any unwanted aroma from the palm oil. Yes, because once the palm oil isn't good, you may not get good taste for your dish. And then secondly, it's used from pihu, like I'm doing now from poto. You know, I did tell you that the name is also called in pihu or nyoma. So you put it in and then you leave it in there. It gives that nice aroma to your dish, to your poto. It is well incorporated into it, and you will do that for just some 2-3 minutes on a low heat, because the food is already on a low heat and it is being incorporated in there. Once we are done with that 2-3 minutes, the final thing to go in the poto is the palm oil, and then we are done for the day. So our Tiegya is in there to be incorporated or integrated in the other ingredients. That's the yam, the pepper, tomatoes, our local spices, our fish, salted fish in there. So now that's the Tiegya that the fire is being done justice to. 3 minutes time, we'll come and put in the last item, which is the palm oil. We are checking on our potom potom now. Potom potom for the English people is Irish stew. That's the English name for potom potom. Now the last bit that we are adding is the palm oil. We are adding our palm oil, which is the last ingredient for our potom potom, also known as impihu or nyuma, and that's the Irish stew. Shall we go? Irish stew. So this is by way of how Josie's recipes came your way today. And please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Still stirring. Yeah, so appetizing, isn't it? That is Josie's recipes. Potom potom, nyuma, impihu. That's how I came your way today. The Irish stew thing. So delicious, so appetizing, so tantalizing. Josie's recipes for you there. Now our stew is cooked, so we are dishing it in here. It's very much cooked. Once we put once you are done putting in your palm oil, you taste to see if the salt content is okay because of the salted tuna, and then because of the salted tuna and then the salted fish are ever popular kaku. So you taste it to see if the salt content is okay. If it isn't, then you add salt to taste. Our Irish stew for you there. Potom potom, nyuma, impihu, one and the same name. Irish stew, one and the same. So that is it being served for you there in our bowl. You can take it with a spoon. You can take it with a spoon, or you can use a fork in taking it. I wonder how it will go with a fork and knife, but you are cool with a spoon or with a fork. So till I come your way the next time on Josie's recipes, and please do me the favor of subscribing, to like, share, comment, and turn on your post notification. This is Josie's recipes. Saying bye with love, hugs, and kisses. See you the next time. Bye.